How are we? I've missed you all. I've been going for a minute, but I'm back with the jump off. I apologize for being tardy. Here is the thing, guys. You all know, for my new people, here's the thing. If I'm not here, I'm working. So for a lot of us, this is the last week of work. So everybody is trying to get stuff done. Everybody is trying to wrap up shows before, like, wrap up casting for the new year and things like that. So the auditions have been a little crazy. Work has been a little crazy for your girl in the best way possible. Not complaining, but just letting you know, if you're new here, if I'm not here, I'm working. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus. Fingers crossed, prayers up that something stick. All of them, actually. I would love if all of them stick for pilot season. Anyway, how are we all doing? Thank you all so much for being here. We got a new drink. This is San Pellegrino Oronceada Rosa Blood Orange. I don't know much about this, but I know that my sister uses this as like a mixer. I love it on its own. It's so good. Here's the thing. I made a mistake one time and I got the zero sugar. Don't do that. Zero sugar is nasty. It is nasty. Tastes like rainwater. You got to get the real deal. The San Pellegrino Blood Orange with Italian fruit juice sparkling orange. Don't get the one that says zero sugar. I'm telling you, it's terrible. Terrible. And we got our little festive cup. Merry Christmas for me and Black Santa. Merry Christmas. We don't have to do a taste test, guys. This is delicious. So good. So refreshing. Let's get into it. Let's get into it. So we're going to start off with the first episode. I just got a couple of thoughts about 10. Let's get into this Giselle and Monique sit down. I'm not gagging. Like, it wasn't, I don't know what they made like it such a big deal and like it took up a lot of the episode. It wasn't like that deep. For some reason, Monique is acting like we didn't watch her on her season, and on season 5, I think that was the last season that she was on, and she's just acting like nothing happened. It's so crazy because even Giselle was trying to bring up are you going to drag me, Monique? Trying to bring that up, and Monique was like,
Like, she's just trying to act like it didn't happen. Like, it was a really big deal when you left, Monique. It was a really, really big deal. I do also think that she said she's not trying to do it, but in a sense, you are trying to scapegoat the reason why you were so terrible to everybody and reacted the way that you reacted was because you were going through a divorce. That sucks. I heard that a divorce is like a death, and I know that that could really just alter a person. It's not an excuse to physically assault someone. It's not an excuse to just be a terrible human being. And I think I would have more respect for Monique if she just admitted that, right? She's sitting down with Giselle and she's letting her know that, I was, it was a tough time. And you know how it is, girl, trying to relate to her with the whole divorce situation. But here's the thing. The difference is Giselle is just mean on her own, right? Like that's her character arc, right? Just evil. She's just nasty and that's what it is. You're trying to say, oh, I was like this because I was going through a divorce. You also have to for me, and she doesn't have to. I'm just saying, I'm like, you want us to move on from it, but you're not acknowledging the elephant in the room. And the elephant in the room is violence. You beat the brakes off one of your cast members. If we keeping it buck, she should not even be on this show. Like physically harming a coworker, you can never go back to that job. So unless you're a police officer. So how she's able to come back to this job and act like nothing happened is just crazy to me. And I'm just like, girl, you need to admit you effed up. It was poor judgment. You should not have did what you did. But it's just like she does not want to take responsibility. It's everybody else's fault. Now it's I was about to say Shrek. Forgive me, Lord. What is his name? Mike? Is it Chris? Bigums. Ain't that what they call him? Big boy. Now it's Big Boy's fault. You gotta sit in the fact that you did that. That was not right. What you did. You assaulted someone. And I will say, I do like the fact that she was just like, when I saw your daughter, I felt bad. And I believe her. I think that was a real moment for her. And she's just like, you know what? I was mad at this girl's mother, but that was still her dad. And just seeing the child of the person that you exposed like that, I do believe that she felt bad when she saw Giselle's child. But, listen, they have moved forward. Giselle was talking about getting the gang back together. So I think that, Giselle, Karen, Monique, and Wendy, I think that next season they're going to be running a little something. I don't know. I think that's what, Giselle is trying to do, or the show is trying to do, OGs against the new people. I don't know. I think that might be where it's going. I won't necessarily be mad at it, but I just feel like Karen doesn't like Wendy. So I don't know how that's going to work. And I don't know why. I do not know why she does not like Wendy, but it is what it is. But the Giselle and Monique sit down was lackluster. I will say it did seem like it wasn't going to get a resolve because Monique was just like, no, I don't want you to excuse yourself of the part that you played as well. And Giselle was like, oh, no. Monique was real, she was real forgiving, but then she said, oh, you did some stuff as well. So I'm sitting here apologizing, but you also, let's talk about what you did. So I will give them that. There was some resolve there. Monique is still acting like we didn't see what we saw. But you know what? It's a new season. They're moving on. I'm going to move on with them. If they don't give a damn, why should I? Ashley dumps the younger version of Michael. That guy looks just like a younger Gollum. Not like Gollum. Not like the actual Gollum. Ashley's ex-husband. He looks like a younger version of him. And I don't know what was going on with his hair. Was he trying to do like a Caucasian box? Whatever. She decides to break it off with him. This was a little lackluster as well because I don't feel like any of us believe that this was a real relationship. It was just something for her to do. And I feel like now she's just at the point where she's just like, I don't need this anymore because now she's milking her sister's father's homelessness and addiction for her storyline. So she doesn't need this guy anymore. So she let that lie go. And the whole season, y'all, all last season, trying to act like Stacey ain't really have a boyfriend. Neither did Ashley. But for some reason, she is just able to get away with murder. It is insane to me. Norbit goes ring shopping for Kiana. Her mother was not impressed. Maybe it's because me and my mom have a really good relationship and I just really trust her discernment. I don't know how Kiana is able to like continue to stay in this relationship with a man that her mother just despises. There's nothing that he can do to make her mother believe that he's the one for her. I honestly think that Kiana's mom does not. I won't say that she doesn't like Norbit. What is his name? Greg. I won't say that she doesn't like Norbit. Greg. But I think that she just doesn't like him for her daughter. I think, no shade, I could be wrong, Mama Kiana. I think she wants her daughter to be with like, you know, a former dope boy who got a record company. You know what I mean? Like, I think she wants her daughter to be with the kind of guys that she is, like she's with. You know what I mean? She dates somebody that, you know, owns Club Cheetah. You know what I mean? Is Club Cheetah still around? Club Cheetah doesn't. Is that still around? I'm dating myself. You know what I mean? Like her mother dates guys like that. You know, he used to sell dope in the 90s, but you know, he's reformed, he found the Lord, and now he owns some land and he, you know, has a hair store in downtown Dallas or whatever. You know what I mean? I feel like she wants her daughter to be with somebody like that. Also, she wants her daughter to be with somebody who the Black American community considers to be conventionally attractive and cool. Like, you know, there is a certain kind of Black man that gets a kind of reaction out of us. Norbit, Greg, my God, today. Greg is just not that guy. You know, he's a square. Nothing wrong with a square. There are women out there who love a square. Kiana don't want a square. I think this square is good for the show. Her mama knows that. They date a certain kind of brother, and this ain't it. And I feel like her mother not she just wants a different guy for her. I think she knows that her daughter don't want this dude. And I think she knows that her child is settling. So she's never going to be like fully on board with this. But, you know, she's gone along with it for as long as she can. But that ring shopping scene, yikes. Yikes. Ashley Zorby, you know, just when I think that she can't go any lower, she goes lower. The way she is exploiting her little sister, that scene made me sick to my stomach. Here is why. I'm a big sister. As a big sister, you are supposed to protect your younger sibling. Like, you protect them, you look out for them. Bringing your little sister on this exploitive show, exploiting her trauma and her tumultuous relationship with her drug addicted father, who you've told all of us his business. I just feel like, my God, today, I didn't know that you could go this low. I hated that scene. I said, as her older sister, you did not think once to protect her. But now you're going to exploit her, and this is going to be your storyline now. How sick. That broke me. I'm like, this is your baby sister. You're supposed to look out for her. Why are you sitting there with cameras talking about her father's drug addiction? Woo! A mess. Let's get into Stacey, who I still love. MVP for me. And her and Wendy, MVPs of this season. I will say, I felt like she had some nerve not inviting Wendy to her cannabis launch. Because I feel like, to say it's a conflict of interest, Shayo, to the Nigerians in the chat, is that what Burna Boy, is that what he's saying? Is he saying the name of Stacey's cannabis company? Is that what he's saying in the beginning of the song of Breakfast? What is it? Shayo. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Shayo. Something breakfast. Hold on. Hold on. Burna Boy breakfast. Burna Boy breakfast song. Last. Yes. Last. Don't he say something about breakfast? He said something about breakfast. Shayo. Yeah, I think that's the name of her cannabis company. And without any Omo. Oh, he's speaking English? Is this song in English? Oh my God. I thought I was speaking pidgin. Oh my God, this is in English. I need Igbo and Shayo. Is that not the same? Where the hell is breakfast? Is he not saying breakfast? Not everybody go chop breakfast. Oh, okay. Because I was like, what is that? Let me know in the chat if that's what she's saying. Anyway, I felt like Wendy has been so understanding of you and this cannabis company. So to tell her you don't want to invite her because of conflict of interest, Stacey, I'm looking at you a little funny because that was weird. That was weird. If anything, Wendy should have been the first person you invited, being as though the group wanted her to come after you, because you opening a cannabis company is a little weird, having her be like the first person in the group to do that. I think that she has been more than graceful to you and understanding. So for her not to be invited was weird. But you know what? I'm not a dope queen. Trap queen, I'm sorry. So I don't know how that works. If there's anybody, a former trap queen in the chat, let me know. Is that like etiquette? Is that like trap queen etiquette? Let me know. Because I don't know how that works. I don't know how that works. But I just thought it was like weird. I was like, oh, Wendy can't come? Still my girl. No complaints. I will say I love the moment with her and Ashley. I listen. I like when the housewives, if they have a little tiff, I love when they come together, move forward, and get it right. I love that moment where they were both like, no more lies. No more being evil. No, I just was like, you know what it reminded me of? It reminded me of, on the Real Housewives of Atlanta. I love those funny, like, what is it? Onomatopoeia. It's like these rhythmic moments that Black people have. It's just for like rhythm people. And there's like, when we get into like a sync, it's so fun and spontaneous to watch. But I love that scene. And I was just like, I want us to get back to here. This is the thing. The season that we are going into. Hi, I'm Nikki. I live in America. Welcome to fascism. The season that we are in, we need fun and joy. Y'all cannot be on these shows fighting, pulling hair, tearing each other's marriages down. We need y'all to have fun because we are going through hell. Please, as long as y'all on TV, have some fun. We really need to escape. And just that scene with them was so much fun and just nostalgic. That's what the Black Housewife shows used to be. The Black Housewife shows used to be fun. We would tune into the White Housewife shows because their lives were a mess. My God, today. People was drunk, sons was on meth, husbands was scamming, and it was just the White Housewives, their lives were a mess. But the Black girls was having a good time. I want us to get back to that. I need us to get back to that. Real quick with Stacey, since we're here again, I want to end with this episode 10 with Stacey. Stacey was coming a little hot with Tia. Do you agree? Didn't you think she was a little hot? Because I wasn't on Tia's side with this Stacey argument because I felt like Tia was doing too much, trying to I felt like she was magnifying her issues with Stacey to fit in with the Corny girls. And I was just like, it's giving flunky. So I wasn't really with her. But when Tia came to Stacey's June 10th cannabis event, I felt like Tia was in a place where she wanted to resolve it and move forward because she was just like, I just want to get to the bottom of it. Like, I want us to figure out what's going on there. Like, I thought that there was some reconciliation. Stacey, I felt like, girl, you ain't want that. It didn't seem like it. And also, who was this Stacey? Is this the real Stacey? Because QVC was not there. QVC was not there. QVC, I'll say, this is who you are. You know what? Get the hell out of my event. I said, Stacey? QVC? Even Ashley was a little taken aback. But Stacey, that's the Detroit, ain't it? That's the Detroit and Stacey. The Detroit came out. Stacey was another person. I have never met this Stacey. This was a new, the voice was different and everything. It was not QVC Stacey. It was a deeper voice. It was a real, Black American swang. You know what I mean? And she was hitting some slang, not slang, AAVE. I was like, oh, what's going on? Is it the gummies? Do the gummies got you a little too relaxed? I gotta say, I felt like she came in a little too hot with Stacey. I mean, with Tia. I don't think that Tia was like there. But like Stacey was absolutely there. There enough to kick Tia out of her event. Tia was like, I've never been thrown out of a place before. She was so hurt by that. Stacey, what was up? What y'all think was going on with Stacey that day? Because I was just like, I felt like Tia wanted to move forward, but Stacey wanted to get into a little something. She was on something at that event. Anyway, let's move on. Still my girl. Ain't that right, Santa? Purr. Let's move on to the next episode. Wendy is so funny this season. Has she always been this funny? I am loving Wendy. So here's the thing. Next season, I know we're going to talk about, her and Eddie or whatever with the whole case. I'm going to tell you right now, I don't care. I don't give a damn if she's scamming. I don't care. She, like I said before, she's not stealing from a charity. I don't care. I don't care. We're currently being robbed by our president. Everybody's stealing, child. It's an okay corral in America. So I don't care that she's scamming. And I think that the scam storyline or whatever is not going to affect her popularity, especially if we're going off of how popular she was at BravoCon and how hilarious and enjoying it has been watching her. What is so funny and familiar to me in a way where it's like, and I'm not saying this in like a bad way. So don't be like, oh my God, this is who she is. Sometimes I forget that she's Nigerian. You know what I mean? Sometimes I forget like she's first gen because it's the way that she not only speaks, it's the way that she has the way she tells jokes, right? Like Black Americans have a very specific way of joke telling. She has it down to the T. There is one moment where I was like, Wendy, how the hell do you know how to do this like this? What was it? She's like Black American hilarious. It's like she's in the know for some reason. Like when Tia invited them all to like this polo event that Sotheby's real estate, the company that she works for, they were having a polo event and Tia invited all of them. Wendy, they get off of the, what is it? Was it Alexis? Whatever bus that they were on. They get off the bus. Wendy goes, "Ooh, Stacey brought the collar. Stacey brought the collar." Ooh, Stacey brought the collar, child. Stacey. It's so freaking familiar. Like she has Black American auntie humor. It's so hilarious. I'm like, what? I would expect Giselle to say something like that, but she's tipping off the bus. I keep on calling Tia Stacey. Forgive me, Tia. Tia brought the collar. Tia brought the collar, child. What? She's just been so hilarious and so familiar this season. I have been loving it. And then she's said, "Oh, I'm so glad that that Tia invited Ashley because with all these white men here, she can finally find a husband." She is on one this season, and I am loving it. Like, stay right here, Wendy. Stay right here. If you're the comedic, like I'm telling you, if I were ever to do reality TV, I would be the comedic relief. Because the comedic relief of the show can do no wrong. You will never lose your fan base being a comedic relief. My God, today. Stay right here, Wendy. Stay right here. Then when they sang the Black National Anthem, oh, it was terrible. But the hilarious part about it is that the white people was eating it up. They were eating up this Black National Anthem performed by these horrible singers. This was just fun. And that's what I need for them all to get back to. Here's the thing. Let's bring up Angel, who has been enjoyable. Not enjoyable, but I was able to, like, I wasn't annoyed by her these last 2 episodes. And I realized I wasn't annoyed by Angel because Angel was finally happy. She wasn't miserable. And we found out this episode where Angel wasn't miserable because she was getting the hell out of Potomac. Angel was so fun. She was having like such a good time at this polo event. And she was just like, I'm ready to move forward. Like, even when this is windy, I'm ready for us to have fun and move forward. And I'm like, what's going on? Why are you having such a good time? And we cut to the next scene. Angel and her husband are packing up their home. And she's like, are you excited to get back to Colorado? And he's like, yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready to leave. He has never enjoyed this process. There is nothing about the Housewives of Potomac that he ever wanted to do. You can tell that he is literally just doing this for her. He does not want to be here. So Angel gives this story that her short-term rental, she gave them the wrong dates, or there was a miscommunication. And so they now have to get out because the short-term rental is now booked. And so T and Kierna come over, and Kierna's just like, oh my God, what's going on? All these boxes, like, what's happening? And Angel's just like, oh, we have to leave. It's the time for us to go. You know, the owner double booked, so we have to leave. It is what it is. And then Kierna, oh no, T is just like, oh, are you going to put like all your things in storage? And she's like, oh no, I don't have to do any of that because this actually isn't our furniture. This is rented as well. So Tia leaves the event, right? Giselle calls. And she's just like, oh, I just came back from Angel's place. Angel's actually leaving and moving back to Colorado. And Giselle was just like, what? What you mean she moving back to Colorado? And Tia was just like, yeah, she has to move back to Colorado because they weren't able to find a home and her short-term rental, the lease is ending. And she can't renew it because somebody else booked it. First of all, this is an Airbnb. I don't have a problem with that, but I think that Angel didn't want to say that it was an Airbnb because if she says that, then it looks like she was just renting this place for the time being while she's filming the show, which is actually what she was doing. I don't have a problem with that. I think if you're going to be on one of these shows, if you don't live in the area and they cast you for the show, I think it's very smart to rent an Airbnb for the time of filming, if you have the exact dates, for the time of filming, because to make such a huge commitment and then you don't get on the show or you get cut the next season, I would not want to do that either. Like, well, look what happened to Nneka. Nneka bought that home was interesting. She bought that home in Potomac and they cut her. She did not come back next season. I don't think she wanted to live in Potomac. I think she did that because she thought she was going to be on this show. So I understand Angel not wanting to make such a huge investment because she doesn't know if, one, she even would like the show process, or two, if she's going to get cast for the next season. I think it's smart. I don't have a problem with it. Giselle and production do, though, right? Because Giselle was just like, what you mean your short-term rental is ending, and instead of going somewhere else and still looking for a home, you decided to go back to Colorado? Because Angel's story is, oh, we're going back to Colorado to pack our stuff, and then we're going to come back and look. That makes no sense, right? And Giselle was just like, Angel never lived here. What she did was she rented this Airbnb for the time that she thought that we were going to be filming. But baby, we're still filming. So now you don't have nowhere to go. So you got to go back to Colorado. I think that's exactly what happened. I think that Giselle does not like that. You know, Giselle is a stickler. She does not like people who say that they live in Potomac that don't live in Potomac, even though she doesn't live in Potomac herself. Anyway, she is a real stickler for that. I also think production feels scammed by Angel. So now the gloves are off. I feel like now they're going to really lean into her being a villain and really drag her at the reunion because they don't like the fact that she didn't fulfill her end of the bargain, right? She was supposed to move to Potomac. She did not do that. She went back to Colorado. That wasn't the deal. And production doesn't like that, right? So I think they're going to get really, really petty. And I think it's the remainder of the season is going to be even tougher for Angel. And I think what Angel imagined happening to her with this group, I think it's going to happen now. So all the stuff that she said that they were doing to her, no, that didn't happen. But now it's going to happen because you made yourself enemy number one by lying to production or not fulfilling your part of the deal. And Giselle is going to lead the way because Giselle then takes the story back to the rest of the group. Now it went from Angel short-term lease ending to Angel got evicted. Giselle, what? She was like, child, Angel got evicted. No, she did not. She did not get evicted. Her Airbnb was already booked and she could not extend. That's what happened. I will say what you want about Giselle, but she clocked Angel to the T. She clocked it immediately. And T was like, oh, no, I don't want to say that. I'm not sure. Giselle was like, no, she only rented that Airbnb for the time that she was filming. And she miscalculated the time and she doesn't want to admit that. But I don't care. Giselle was like, I'm going to break the fourth wall. This is what happened. And I think she's right. I think she's right. So then we get this sit down with Stacey and Kierna. Guys, I hate how disappointed I am in Kierna. I don't know why she's mad at Stacey. Like she keeps on trying to fight Stacey and Wendy. Like she's doing press for the show. She keeps on dragging Stacey and Wendy. It's so weird because Kierna, we're on episode 11. I don't know why you're mad at Wendy and Stacey. Like none of it is making sense. So Kierna and Stacey sit down because Stacey wants to move on with Kierna. They eventually come to an agreement to move on because Kierna is just like, Stacey was just like, listen, you are the one, you have an issue with me. I don't have an issue with you. Like you are the one making up these rumors about me and Chris and trying to get Monique to be mad at me. Then Kierna, her confessional, she goes, I don't care about the Stacey and Chris stuff anymore. I just want to move forward. You want to move forward because you thought you had some tea and you delivered it. And it was so lackluster, it did not land. You got egg on your face, and now you want to move forward, but you brought this bone, this deteriorating bone that had no substance. You brought it thinking that it was something, and it did not land, so now you want to move forward. But you've based your whole dislike off of Stacey, off of this bone that now you says no longer matters because it didn't land the way you wanted it to land. But they eventually agreed to move forward for now. Because we saw in that trailer that Stacey gets into it with him again. So who knows? But for now, they have agreed to move forward. And I'm good with that. Let's move forward. Let's have some fun. I think the next episode, they're going to be in Colorado because Angel invites them all out to Colorado for some Zen fun in Colorado. I actually thought this Wendy and Giselle collab, I feel like I'm not spelling her name right. Oh, well. I feel like this Wendy and Giselle collab, I thought it was going to be like monumental, right? It was a big deal because the show was leading up to the fact that they didn't like each other. Now they made up and now they are co-heading a group event. And I was just like, oh, this is going to be huge. This was so bad. This was so bad, Potomac. Like, where's the budget? This was the ghettoest event I have ever seen on the Real Housewives of Potomac. Wendy arriving with Popeye's chicken. Like it was a potluck. You are supposed to be rich. We get it, y'all not wealthy, right? We'll give upper middle class, but y'all got to show us the money. This event was terrible. It looked like a North Philly baby shower of two teenage parents, right? Like, you know, you do a little baby shower for the kids, but you don't put a lot of effort into it because they shouldn't be pregnant in the first place. You know, that's what it looked like. I was waiting for somebody to bring out the meatballs. Like, it was so bad. Potomac, y'all have to do better with these trips. Y'all have to do better with these events because money is the first housewife on this show. And y'all have to start showing it. That is a requirement. This event was so lackluster and disappointing, even for Potomac. Even for Potomac. Let's get into Angel's husband. I do think the ladies was being put in 20 on 10 with Angel's husband. I think they just don't like Angel. So like anything concerning Angel, they're just going to turn it up. Listen, I gotta understand why she's not the favorite. I will say this. Angel's husband is also listening to what Angel says about the show. So while he looks like he doesn't, why he looks like he never wants to film, why he was so short when they were asking Angel when she was going to get there and she was 2 hours late to the filming of this scene, and they called her. Side note, before we even get into that, I think this is Angel's last season. And I think this is Angel's first and last season because I think that she gravely overplayed her hand and crossed too many lines with production. This is your first season. You're arriving 2 hours late to work. I would be surprised if she comes back next season. And if she does come back, it will only have to do with the reunion. She would have had to have had a spectacular reunion for her to come back next season. 2 hours late to filming. And you are new to the cast is insane. Is insane. I know the producer that was assigned to her was losing their marbles waiting for her. But anyway, so they call her and they're just like, where are you? And the husband answers and just like, we'll get there when we get there. And it's just like, wow, I'm just like, he's married to Angel. She has literally been telling this man that you guys are doing everything but beating her bloody and naked like the 7 sons of Siva. Shout out to the church kids who got that one. So in his defense, he's listening to all of the negativity that she is telling him about the show. And then Kieran is coming over there and dumping the extra negativity. So of course, this guy does not like filming. Of course, this guy does not like the show because of what his wife is telling him about the show. So he comes disgruntled, not really wanting to be there, but I think he does not want to be there because his wife is telling them how bad this situation is. But he does finally warm up to the guys, but it does not matter. It does not matter because they are not going to be there for long. My God, today. Next episode, I think next episode is Colorado. We do see Wendy trying to make amends with her father. We see Tia's sister, gorgeous. Tia's sister, they come to visit, and I think this is a long lost sister. Something in that. It's going to be real family oriented and like family, Papa was a Rolling Stone heavy next episode. And I'm good with that, because it's going to be right before Christmas. So, don't make it too heavy, but I'm good with that. Oh, shoot. Yeah, the 22nd, I'll have to do that review. Child, next week is going to be crazy. Christmas is like when is Christmas? Thursday? Ooh, Christmas is literally next week. Where did the time go? Next Thursday. My God, today. Yeah, so this is probably going to be real light. And then And then the next episode of the Potomac is going to be right before the New Year. Wow. Christmas is next week, and then the week after that is New Year's. That demon is stealing so much time from us, guys. Anyway, those are my thoughts about episode 10 and 11 of the Real Housewives of Potomac season 10. What do you guys have to say? Let's get into it. Thank you all for being here in the chat. We got 2 super chats. Callie Steve, hey baby. Callie Steve said, this needs to be Ashley's last season. We thank her for her service and wish her all the best in her future endeavors. Listen, I have to agree. What is she bringing to the show? Now we're going to exploit her sister because she can't do her mom like that anymore. It's crazy. I agree, Steve. Thank you for the super chat. Obviously, me. Thank you so much for being here. Obviously said, I sent my super chat too late on your B-Day stream, but happy late birthday, Nikki. Love you down, Hunty. Thank you so much. And thank you all who were not just there on my birthday stream, but who were sharing, who were like sending so much love to me on my birthday. I really, really appreciate it. You guys know how to make a girl feel special on a birthday. Thank you so much. Let me start from the beginning. E for Empathy said, hey, Nikki. Hey, Star fam. Happy Tuesday. It doesn't feel like a Tuesday. I'm telling you guys, the week before Christmas is so jumbled up. I thought it was Monday. I was like, Tuesday, let me get on this. This is why the live was so late, because I was literally, I just got finished my audition and I was decorating. And I think my bestie Drew, he sent me a message about his birthday. And I was like, what day is today? And I'm like, it's Tuesday. I got to do my review. So sorry. If you see, I have put up reminders for the next lives that I have to do, because now I know what day it is. Forgive me. I'm so excited for this live. There's so much to unpack. Thank you for being here. RHOP said, ciao, I've been waiting on this live to happen since the last 2 episodes dropped. Thank you so much for being here. Can we talk about that? Ashley bringing catfish and Angel doing nothing. Had it been Wendy, Angel would have fought her. It's so crazy how she gives everybody light a pass, but not Wendy. It's crazy. It's crazy. Eva Empathy said, honestly, I think it's because they should all be able to laugh about it at this point, but she's determined to stay angry. I think Angel just doesn't like them. She doesn't like them. I think Angel just thought that she was going to come into this show. Here's the thing. I don't know much about WAGs. The only WAGs I know is the Philadelphia Eagles. That's pretty much it. And like basketball wise from like back in the day. Like, I don't know much about that hierarchy, but I think that Angel thought that she was going to come in this and be like a top dog with Giselle because of probably how she ranks with her husband's team within the WAGs. But is she a top WAG? No shade. And I just don't know. Is he a bench warmer? Like, or does he play? And there's nothing wrong with being a bench warmer. They make bank. If I were an athlete, I would love to be a bench warmer. So I'm not, dragging that. But I think she really thought this was going to be a different process. And because she did not come in and was able to take the top spot, she's just not interested. And it's showing. And it's showing. Here's the thing with, thank you for saying that. Eva Empathy said, I got mad when she tried to make it sound like catfish is a low class or something. Here, she is, for me, I feel like she is putting on this performance of Jack and Jill Black. I don't think she's a Jack and Jill Black. I think she is I think she comes from working class Black people who were able to just make it to middle class. And as soon as they got there, they looked down on everybody. And it's really like this. this like old timey paper bag test Jack and Jill blackness that she's trying to perform. And it's not going over well because, listen, the Black community has their issues, but we have evolved so much. So colorism ain't hitting like it used to, right? Or like benefiting her like it used to. It still benefits light skin and biracial. Like I'm not saying it doesn't, guys. It still does. But because this is a conversation that we're having, we're getting woker, we're doing the work, and we're calling things out. I just don't think it's working for her in the way that she is used to or expects it to, or has worked for her in her circle. She's coming into a totally different circle, trying to operate in that same way she does in that circle, but that does not work because to this circle, that circle don't matter. This circle thinks that they're the big fish, but she's coming from a circle where I guess she was the big fish. And it's just not working. So she's trying to perform this kind of like upper crust blackness, and it's just not reading well because a lot of these ladies are upper crust, but they can get ghetto. You know what I mean? And they don't care because they're kind of like popular in their own right. So they're all looking at her like, what is this performance that you're doing? It's not going to work over here. We don't care. We don't care that you're a wag. It's not a big deal to any of us because we have made our own names now. Where like these women don't need their husbands anymore. They have made their own names. I think she's still operating in a way where her husband is her identity. And these women kind of look down on that. So it doesn't work. But I honestly feel like this is the angel that we have met is just a front. I don't think that's who she really is, but I think that's who she has put on and it has worked for her. It's just not working for her on this show. I didn't side eye that. Ashley gives me that she was raised by, listen, I know they say that Black mom biracials are the best. Because the mother is the culture. Learned that from Archie Bunker. Oh my God. Hold on. Forgive me, Lord. Rest in peace, Rob Reiner. Guys, I have been a wreck. Meathead. And I'm telling you, Insider T, he's a great guy. Everybody wants to work with him. He is like one of those, like one of the one, right? There's not a lot of good people out here in Hollywood. He was one of them. Everybody loved that dude. Everybody wanted to work with him, me included. It was one of my dreams to work with him. And by his own son, the devil is a liar. This is insane. Rest in peace, Rob. Archie Bunker. That's how I learned that the mother is the culture of the child. Because remember, he was upset that when he found out that Mihir had a baby with a Jewish girl. He found out that the baby was Jewish because the mom is the culture, right? And because Ashley has a Black mom, we are expecting Ashley to operate in her Blackness in a way that's familiar to us, right? And I think a lot of my people don't want to see her for who she is because our mom is Black. And we're just like, girl, what's going on? You got a Black mama. She has a Black mama that operates like a Black man with low racial self-esteem. Like, she gives me D1 dark-skinned Black athlete. You know what I mean? Like, this lady sees whiteness as a stepping stool. Like, her mom wants to be white adjacent. She wants the privileges that whiteness can give to her. The thing about it is when Black people and people of color seek out white partners for their privilege, they get the worst ones because the good whites aren't checking for you, right? They could probably see you a mile away and they realize that, you guys would not have anything in common. You could never get a good white. You can never get a top tier white. So they normally get, the bottom of the barrel whites, and they will accept anything from them because they're just with them for their whiteness. And that white partner knows that. And they treat them like garbage because of it, because they know that they can do anything to you and you will stay because you want the privileges that you believe comes with me being white. So I think that Ashley is exuding what her mother instilled in her. So that's why she's constantly looking for a white partner, right? She does the fake thing where she acts like she's attracted to black men. She's not. She's not. She's never going to get with a black man. It's just, she wasn't raised like that. She was raised to think that white is right. That's how she ended up with Gollum, right? So her not knowing the Black national anthem is by design. I think her mother made sure she didn't know that. That's why her mother made sure that she had children with white men. The blackness is a deterrent to her. So I'm not shocked. So I'm not shocked that Ashley didn't know that. I think that was by design. Her mother made sure of it. She made sure of it. That's why Ashley is always hostile with black women, right? That's why when she goes into like her black talk, it's always like a minstrel or like her black, like it's like some kind of insult, like when she's trying to talk black, it's like, girl, don't you be going. It's a minstrel because blackness is negative. She was raised by it's a rarity though, by a black woman who does not like blackness. And you can tell. But also I feel like her mom has a lot of other things going on. So, but I think she was the type of person who was like, white is right. And so that's how she gets those kind of white men, because you're looking for anything white. They don't have to have any standards. They don't have to even be cute. They just got to be white. Eva Ripley said, I'm happy I haven't watched the after show because apparently Ashley was talking about Timu's looks. She spent a decade rubbing Gollum's feet and she wants to talk about Timu. I cannot believe that she finds a white man unattractive. Like you? Okay. Hey, so sad. Thank you for being here. Hey, Drewski. Drewski said, hey, cuz girl say she's showing up with Ashley's dream man. Tall, painted, no predator allegations. I know Timu had Ash sick. Sure did. And he loves her. Drewski said, yes, the lyrics is that a Bentley? Is that a Hummer? It's the best. Yes. Happy holidays, guys. We're going to have so much fun. Because I think that I think that next week I'll be off. I have to be off. There's no way. I'm not going to say there's no way. But like, come on. Come on. Prayers up. Because there's like one thing that I really want to get. I had such a good time. I feel like I would fit that show so well. So we'll see. Prayers up. Thank you. Sorry, thank you. Is that Kevin? So Steph said, I'm so tired of Ashley and Giselle. I don't think I can continue on with the show. Ashley needs to focus on helping her mama get rid of that male baddie alcoholic that she's taking care of. She is never letting that white man go. She is never letting that white. Oh, I did that. Terrible. We finally got one. We finally got one. It's not the best, but we got some ornaments and we're going to make it look like something. But thank you so much for asking. Listen, I don't, it's still early. We don't know social stuff. Fingers crossed. Even really said Giselle's non-apologies are so annoying though. She's never really says that what she's sorry for. She doesn't have to, right? Because people still have relationships with her. She doesn't have to be held accountable for anything because nobody holds her accountable. Reboat said, I don't think they should have talked about it considering Candace was the victim in the situation, especially since Giselle has reneged on her support of Candace. The crazy thing to me, and I think that Monique is just getting a check at this point, so she's going to let it go. But it's just like how Monique to this day cannot see that Giselle played her like a fiddle. Giselle wanted her off the show and she got her way. She played Monique like a fiddle. That's why she's a top tier housewife. They never see her coming. They can never catch her. And that's why she hated Candace. Candace saw her every move and called it out. I think if Candace did not react so passionately to what Giselle was doing, I think she would probably still be on the show. But Giselle just affected her so much. It was like getting the best of her. That's why she's no longer there. And also, she did not want to be pregnant on it. And I get it. I absolutely get it. If she does come back, please don't let her get under your skin. Clock her and move forward. Oh, they did? Okay. I don't know why. I think that would have been good for her, but they don't care about the cast. They just care about the show. RHOP said production keeps absolving Giselle because they edited out things during the sit-down similar with Giselle and the Wendy sit-down. Yeah, well, the thing is, Giselle is the villain. And, you cannot have her not looking like the villain. So they got to do what they got to do. It's a show. So Steph said her mama thinks he is too old for Kay and is used up. She want her daughter to be with a dope boy, a former dope boy who loves the Lord. And I get it, because that's her type as well. NC4713 said Mo is a revision historian. She lied on Watch What Happens Live saying she and Candace never had a relationship and that Candy showed her true colors. I was like, huh? Mo, you were wrong. You're not the victim. Such a gaslight. That's the thing that gets me with her. She doesn't think that she's wrong. I'm like, girl, you are wrong. You were the aggressor in that entire situation. Ephraim said, I feel like her mama was trying to let Greg know that he can't afford her daughter because those price tags were steep. Listen, the mother's not happy. She let Kierna know, but, Kierna gonna do what she gonna do. Ephraim said, Ashley's poor little sister. I hated that for her. Ashley needs to be stopped. We didn't need to know or see all that. We didn't. But that's why she got rid of younger Michael, because now she's like, I have my little sister. I can exploit this. It's so sad. RHOP said, this lets me know she'll exploit anybody in her family or immediate friend group for a storyline. That's why she got the Jack Harlow. It's too broke for her storyline. No sense at all. I was like, Stacey, when did your girl? Last. Thank you, guys. Ibrahim said, I love Stacey, but yeah, not inviting Wendy, the only person writing for you this season. It was weird. NC said Ashley has no boundaries. She exploited her mom for a paycheck for years. Now her sister, not surprised. And in the next week's episode, she's bragging about making out with. What? I didn't see that. It cut off. The preview cut off for me. How old is Sharice's son? How old is he? Do he look like his dad? Because he do not look like his mama. What does his father look like? I do not see Sharice. Oh, he's a real deal model. Okay. He's a real deal model. Is this the right person? Is this the right person? Am I looking at somebody? Wait, I think this is her son. Yeah, this is her son. Oh, now, with a side-by-side, I can kind of see Sharice. Her daughter looks more like her than the son. That son got to look like that daddy. Oh, he does. He looks just like the father. Wow, that is hilarious. The daughter looks just like Sharice and the son looks just like the dad. How old is he? That's weird. But you know what? This is the thing. You got to be real careful with who you lay down with. And I'm real big on exercising penises. You have to, ladies. You have to. You cannot just let a man into you. You got to exercise that penis. You got to get off of all the residue from, what he's been doing with that thing before you. Just a suggestion. Exercise the wee. You don't have to, but I feel like in this day and age, you kind of need to get them demons out of there before he enters you. Anyway, if you don't, you'll probably end up in a situation like Ashley, because even Sharice's son looks young. He looks young. And to even like be thinking about that or entertaining that, or even for that even to be an option, it's because I think she probably got some residue in her from Gollum. Because, he has obviously released his indenture. Let me stop. He's released his seed in her, and they become a part of your DNA. They be in your bloodstream, be altering you and stuff. You know what I mean? And so your mind, now you're thinking, oh, that young person is real attractive. You're mid-30s. That's a little weird to be sucking up on somebody that's early 20s. Is he late 20s? If he's late 20s, but that's still so different. But if he's late 20s, okay. If he's like 20, 27, But if he's like 21, 22, that's weird. How old is he? Yeah, that's our son. But if he's of age, go for it. Go for it. They have his age at 60. You can never believe the internet. Wait, when was he in? When was he in college? 2020. He was in college in 2022. Anyway, child. NC said Ashley has no boundaries. Oh, I got that. Lies, the reality said Wendy has been studying. When Wendy said angel girl, the street saying you evicted, I was cackling from the delivery. That's what it is. Her delivery, her inflections. She's on it. She and Stacey are bringing the comedy this season. Yes. You know what this Wendy is reminding me of? Remember when her and Giselle was like in the thick of it? And she went to Giselle's home and Giselle was just like, you're jealous of me. And Wendy was like, jealous of this? That is iconic. That's what it reminds me of. And I need her to stay here. This is her best work. She is hilarious this season. I am loving it. Social Stuff said Wendy's having a good season, but if you put this in context with her time on the show, she is doing good because production threatened Giselle and Karen isn't there and she's out on bail. Yeah, she's able to rise with all the issues going on with the cast, but I love it. I love it. Hey, Sir
Hello, sir.
Yeah, that shocked me too. Why didn't we hear anything about that? And she doesn't have her story straight because she was lying, guys. She was lying. Well, she admitted that she was lying when she was talking to Wendy, when she was just like her Angel's husband doesn't like Eddie. She was like, well, I'm lying about that. That was a fun scene too. That's so crazy. I would never think somebody who was royalty would be a lackey. It's weird. It's so like the turn that she's made this season. I don't understand. I don't know what's going on. Yeah, I don't see it as a problem. I would honestly rent and not buy unless I know that I am going to be on this show for the long haul, because I would at least rent for 2 seasons. Meredith rents makes sense, but I'm just like, Meredith, you're like a staple now. You should just buy a home. Oh, she did? What is going on with that cast, y'all? Does anybody know? Like, is the show coming back? Like, what is happening? NC said, gotta love Wendy, doesn't take herself too seriously and is moving the story along. She's simply playing a housewife game like they all do. Some will always find fault with anything she does, though. Wonder why. She's having a good season. Her and Stacey are doing very, very, very well. Y'all are not going to let Giselle live it down. Oh, Jessel. Well, she lives in New York now, right? But listen, they all do it, guys. And I actually don't have a problem with it. We got another super chat from Kylie Steve. Thank you, Kylie Steve. Kylie Steve says Sharice pimped out her own son. What did I miss? What did I miss? What? Thank you for the super chat. Drewski, thank you for the super chat. Drewski said Ashley probably measured Teresa's son. Yeah, that's weird. That's very, very, very weird. Hey, McClectic, what you up to? Reboot said, I love that Stacey reminded Kay that the Detroit digs don't work when you are from Baltimore. She doesn't live in Miami? Wait, didn't Larsa just buy a home? Or was that fake? Ciao. Ramel, hey baby. Ramel said Kay is a huge flop, and it's sad because I was rooting for her, y'all. I am so gagged that she's so terrible this season. Liza Gallagher said, wait, what? So Steph, have you been saying this on the show? I must admit, I play these shows when I'm cleaning. Are they saying this on the show? I feel so blindsided. No, I don't think they're saying it. I don't think they say it on the show, but you know, Social Steph be having insider tea. She always sending me stuff. Social Steph be on it. Like, I don't have a problem with the potluck. I have to have been in your kitchen and seen you cook, right? But a potluck on like a housewife show, crazy. Now, if you want to do a potluck with some of the top chefs in Potomac. That will make sense. But you guys are literally doing, like, why the hell are you making macaroni and cheese for a potluck on Potomac? Nah, I'm sorry. It's giving working class. And no shade to the working class community. I'm working class. But I'm not on a show about wealthy housewives. Now, is that true? Because remember, Wendy said that her realtor friend production said that Angel allegedly was looking for a place to rent. Said it needed to look like it's $50K, but it's really, she can only pay $2,000 a month. $2,000 a month? I'm sorry. What? At least $20K. Come on. Like, that's crazy. Popeyes? Liza Galley said, LOL, Nikki been saying this for 10 seasons about Potomac. Like, that's, I'm sorry. When I saw that, I was like, and they're eating out of 10 pans. Them Dollar Tree 10 pans. Potomac, come on. That was embarrassing. That was embarrassing. Cameron, I did this so late because I was so confused with the dates. But thank you for being here. Ephraim said, worse or better than that event Robin had that Wendy wasn't. Oh my gosh. The one at the park? I don't even think they had food. She didn't have food at that, right? A mess. A mess. Yeah, I think she's run her course. But I think they may just keep her because Ashley will do anything. And you need a housewife that's willing to do anything to help the show. Ramel said, yes, this better be her last season. Bye, girl. The only thing that will save her is the reunion. That's the thing. The reunion is going to let us know if Ashley and Angel are coming back. Rissa said, Ashley is rude as hell talking about Bobby having a temper, and this behavior is why Stacey's husband wants no parts. Yeah, that was the thing. He was annoyed, but temper, his annoyance was because he was protecting his wife. Like, and I especially don't like when they do that with black men. He's a big black guy who's probably country or inner city, and you are putting this claim on him that he's scary. Nasty work. That's what it was given. A very unfinished baby shower. A very hair damn baby shower. Social Seth said 2 hours late, but we have let Ashley run rampant in protecting her. Yeah, listen, I get that. This isn't Ashley's first season. It's your first. I'm sorry, you gotta make a good impression on your first season. It's a lie. It's a lie. And it's so terrible. Oh, is she on Threads going crazy? Oh Lord. What is her last name? What are you doing, Angel? Girl, just quit the show. Just quit the show. What is her last name? Ooh. Oh God, Angel's sister is on Threads cussing out Wendy. What is the issue with Wendy? This is crazy. She says, my family's wealth, I don't speak on it unless I'm asked by producers and professionals. But the fact of the matter is, none of this cast can compare. Let's be clear. Week after week, I'm maligned, lied on by almost each member of this ensemble, and y'all expect me to do cartwheels in their presence. Get the F out of here. I am me and will continue to be. It's not my problem that people have mistaken my calm for. It cut off. Speak on my man. All bets are off. I'm gonna give her that. Ashley was wrong. And then Big Pooh 2002 says, just be honest. You already had a preconceived disdain for Wendy based off the BS Kiara fed you. You had already made up in your mind that you did not like her, so stop it. Angel says, actually, if you want to be factual, the entire season, the whole chin check thing occurred is because I was defending Wendy. I'm the one who told Key to talk to her in the first place. I invited her to an event in season and went to her home to meet her lovely family. How y'all try to be Dr. Phil and Miss Cleo all at once blows me. There was no plot against your girl, and that's on that. Can you believe that this is Angel? And her sister said, yes, sister, week after week, I'm watching some housewife and their fans tear at you, lie, and do the absolute most. You've been so much more patient. And she says, let's be clear. I am from Maryland. I know where the bones are buried, but I keep it classy. Wow! And she says, let's be very clear. If you could have seen the cast bleep talked about me behind my back week after week, I would have moved different. My objective was to be cool with everyone, but the three witches wouldn't let up, and now I am done. What is going on? Child, I need Angie in the camera. What? Angel, what happened? What is going on? I didn't see none of this. What is going on? Yeah, this might be her last season. Girl, just wrap it up. You don't like this show. It's not working. Maybe production is giving you a bad edit. I do not know. Did Kay tell him that he was on speaker? Drea Loving Life said, hey, Nikki. Hey, Drea. Hey, Star family. Someone in another chat called the Real Housewives report. I hate this, but yet y'all got to do better. It is so embarrassing. And listen to the thing. I'm not a snob, but this show is about money, y'all. And y'all are not showing it. NC said Angel is so unlikable, miserable, stubborn, hypersensitive, not willing to engage with anybody. But Kay, don't even get me started on colorism. You're right. She's definitely not coming back. Well, see, here's the thing. She's saying all this stuff is going on, behind the scenes. And listen, I'm not giving her an out, but I am saying the show that you all see is a lot of times not what is actually happening. So she may have some argument there. So Steph said, Ashley don't know the Black national anthem, but trying to clown Stacey's blackness concerning the potato salad was wild. She doesn't know who she is. She doesn't know who she is. She is somebody who has a Black mom, was raised by a Black mom, was raised by a Black family, looks Black, but was raised by somebody who made sure that the Blackness was not the forefront of her identity. The girl's confused. Really? See, I only watched it on Peacock. What did I miss? Where's the sneak peek? Is it on YouTube? So Steph said, and the sneak peek is actually saying yuck. Kara said, Nikki, did you see the sneak peek? No. He's 26. It's not a baby. It's still weird, Ashley. It's still weird. Liza Galley said, there's an unpaired clip of Ashley telling, oh, she slept? Is it slept or kiss, guys? Ugh. Ugh. I loved her so much. I don't know why they got rid of her. I loved her and her family. Hey, JL, thank you for being here. NC said the way Wendy's mom cussed her out in the preview. Oh, no. Oh, no, this is going to be bad. Oh. Hey, Nora, thank you for being here. I can't review Married to Med because of relationships. It'll make things complicated if I do, if I share my opinion. But I've been watching it. I will say, I saw that boy make that pasta and I saw that pan. Yikes. Yuck. Yuck. But yeah, I can't talk about it. MC said, Ashley is disrespectful AF. Yeah, that's weird. That's really, really, really weird. So Steph said they want Angel to stop bringing up the catfish stuff, but then Ashley brings it back up at that ghetto cowboy party. Here's the thing. I get Angel, being like, how dare you say these things about me? In her confessional, I need you to say it to Ashley because it's just appearing. It might not be that, Angel, but it's just appearing that it looks as if you only have heat for Wendy, which is weird. Asher says, also, can we talk about how Ashley tried and succeeded to make Jazzy turn against Stacey because they're on the outs? Now she called her faked and cropped Stacey out. I don't know. Here's the thing. They don't like Stacey, and it's just, guys, we're not seeing it. We're not seeing it. Like, Jazzy, what are you doing? It's weird. It's weird. Reboot said, also, Wendy got to calm down on the wealth reads and showing her wealth. Oh my God, they continue to show. Well, this is a show. They have to do that. But I hope next season, Mama, you want to be transparent. You want to be transparent. She is. But that Angel from Maryland on Threads. Okay. Yes, you did, T-Cakes. Thank you for being here. It was so nasty and so unnecessary. Asher said, to me, I'd say Stacey is the most refined and she's from Detroit. I would say Tia too, but someone refined doesn't act the way Tia has been acting. Tia just took a pivot for me. It's so weird. It's so weird. That's the thing. I love how she goes after them in her confessional. I need you to do it to their face because they are all doing it to your face. Even Wendy, no, Angel don't like her. She was like, girl, they saying you got evicted. And Angel's just like, girl, what? Angel, say something. Listen, everybody start acting a little brand new when they get a little money. I'm gonna let it slide. They're never getting rid of Giselle, especially now since Karen's coming back. Giselle and Karen's dynamic makes the show. They're never going to get rid of her. Yeah, well, listen, I don't think it's the show. It's the housewives that protect her. They look out for her, which is like so weird because she's never looked out for them. Insane. And that is the second son who has killed their father in the industry this month. What is going on with the men's? What is going on? He's an icon. We lost a great one, and his wife. It's all an illusion. Said I recently found out catfish will eat anything and survive in any condition. Ugh. Not judging. I didn't even know about that. I saw how they looked. I can't do it. I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if she makes a move. Asher said Stacey has become the star of the show and the after show. All they do is talk about her. Yep. Her and Wendy's after show scenes, loving it. It is such a missed opportunity that the show is not sending Wendy and Stacey to do press. Like they need to be doing press together. They are a dynamic duo this season. My mom loves him. He's so adorable. He's so big though. He's so big. Oh, she has a podcast? Let me know what it is. I'll check it out because this like little break that we're going to have next week, I'm going to try to really get into some stuff. I want to finish my book, Notes from a Black Chef. I'm going to finish that book, and I got a couple of movies that I stacked up that I want to watch. Romel said, in my opinion, Monique's fate changed and Giselle still don't like you. Watch if bum Robin. Oh my gosh. I don't know if they're going to bring Robin back because honestly, the show is not doing bad without her. Oh, they did more than kissing? Ew. Nancy said, Nikki, Bravo put out a first look. Her son is 27, but that makeout session was a few years. Oh, Ashley. Ooh. Hey, Will, thank you for being here. Oh, thank you. No, we're not a hive, y'all. We a star hive. What's up? Kara said, I don't care how old that boy is. Why are you trying to mess with your friend's child? Yes, you're right. It's gross and creepy. You are right. Larsa did the same thing with Michael Jordan, baby Jordan. Weird. I didn't believe that. I was like, Wendy, that ain't true. That's for TV. Will said, I get the feeling Ashley does like black men, but I think she only likes black athletes, pro or former. Her Stacey potato salad better not have raisins. Well, of course, you cannot like black people and like professional athletes because you don't see their blackness, you see their money. That would not be shocking to me if she gets with a black athlete. That wouldn't be shocking. A black professional athlete. Delusional. But she's really serious about this singing thing, y'all. Like I thought she was joking. That lady is serious about a singing career. My God, today. Liza Galilee said, just imagine if Ashley was still married to Michael. Sharice's son would be bait. Ashley must be removed. I bet that's how Michael did it. He probably. Ciao. Ciao, ciao, ciao. Yasmin said their trips are always look low budget. War in the streets is. I don't know. We're going to talk about that tomorrow because I want to do. Oh shoot, what am I doing tomorrow? No, not tomorrow. Tomorrow is I'm all over the place. Tomorrow is Wednesday. Thursday we're doing a reality TV chat, and we're going to talk about that. I'm doing a bit more research because if that's actually happening, Bravo will be back, baby. Drewski said Kiana can be the do anything girl now, though, and still can leverage a wedding at least. I don't know if she's going to get a wedding out of Bravo. Will said that Popeyes was not even fresh. Good food can be in Dollar Tree tins, but the Mac looked dry. They couldn't find soul food caterers in the DMV. Here's the thing. Absolutely good food can be in those tins. Some of the best food is in those tins. Not on a show about wealth. Not on a show about wealth. That event should have been catered. It should have been catered. Reboot said her and her sister were going crazy on Threads. Angel said we want her to react to things said about her behind her back, yet they call her out to I don't know. I hope she sits down and lets us know what's going on because the way she's reacting, girl, from my end, you look a little delusional because we don't see it. We're not able to see what you're talking about. And maybe you're not telling us because you're under contract, but when you get from under this contract, you gotta let us know what's happening. For you to react like this, you look unwell. You really, really, really do. Yeah, she needs PR badly. Badly. Listen, I will be fine if we bring back Angel from Maryland because that girl on Threads, bring her. But this other Angel, a mercurial nature, she's not fun. Yeah, I would be pissed too. I go to war for my man. Especially that tree, child. Like that actually crossed the line. Now Drewski. Will said Wendy's mom was wild and Bravo was trolling Wendy with financial issues. Isn't funny, but it's kind of funny. I'm sorry. Free Pam and Oliver. Here's the thing. I also think that when Wendy and Eddie got locked up, I think the show went back and re-edited her scenes because like every episode, Wendy is talking about how lavish her life is. And I'm like, okay. I don't think she talked about it all the time. But I think that they're trying to make it look like that. We definitely are. I'm doing a reality TV chat on Thursday. I'm not surprised. But we'll talk about it then. NC said Angel was giving an interview. She cried and said she was upset that she was being called a colorist instead of being introspective and taking accountability of how her act. What? Where is the interview, NC? Oh, I'm critiquing her. I don't want her gone. Oh no, that's my girl. She's losing me, but I still want her on the show. Her and that family, keep them. Kirsten said, "Hey Nikki, were you referring to Jubilant Sykes?" Yes. Yep. Like the industry is going through it, child. Everybody out here is going through it. I didn't know how well loved Jubilant was, but my God, today everybody was broken up about that. Child couture bae, that's what they're saying. They're saying it was more than a kiss. Is it happening? Ooh. Asher said, "Oh, Nikki, update. Vanderpump Rules reboot was so bad." This guy, Shane, was like a try-hard mix of Jet. I have to be honest with you. I have not heard good things about that show. And I'm talking like insider stuff. Guys, I don't think that show is going to come back. This season has been very bad. Listen, they may reboot it again. Here's the thing. You can absolutely do a new Vanderpump Rules with new people who do not need to replace the other characters that you had on the show. You, like, LA, no shade, is full of like pretentious, delusional young actors who will do anything to make it. You don't need to like force them into being these characters. They will give you a show. They will give you a show. Couture Bay said the problem is Real Housewives of Potomac has been low budget. Yeah, we need opulence. We do. It's definitely time for them to elevate. Will said, I actually think Britt and Wendy are good examples of styling. It would be used amongst the group. You know what? To be honest with you, the Potomac styling nobody has been killing it for me. Kiana has the worst fashions. Thank God she's beautiful. The worst. Like, she's beating Giselle. Neck and neck. But the fashions are terrible. The best thing I've seen Wendy in was that green sequence dress, because everything was working for her. Her hair, I think she had the deep waves then, and that dress was sitting. She looked amazing. But Potomac has never been known for their fashions. I hope they do. Something has to happen. Like, everybody is just all like Angel, at least. Like, this needs to be her moment. She needs to like channel Monique in that binder and bring that to the reunion. Because all of the things that she is saying, guys, we don't see it. So you got to let us know. You got to let us know. Ephraim said, no, I got to let Nikki know that the last 5 minutes of the episode 2 of the new, it was good. Okay, so I'll give it a shot. I'll check it out. But like, everybody that I know have been saying it's a terrible season. So I'll check it out. I trust you, Ephraim. NC said Cameron was probably just using their old iPhones that don't have phone service to play games. LOL. I didn't take it that seriously, but the sector of the audience that hates, true, probably. But I also feel like she was putting 20 on sin. She did. I gotta check it out. I'm not getting her notifications. I gotta check it out. Oh, good for Brooke. I love that for her. Asher said, I gotta say though, for VPR, when Natalie said I live next to Ariana Grande, so I'll sing like her. That's the thing. They're trying to make these characters into like these characters that are already formed, and they're authentic. Let these people just be themselves. We'll get a good show. That season was crazy. Will said, I think Angel thought she would be ushered into the green. She did. She got Giselle a fan because she is a fan. Unfortunately, Gizzy loves the haze. Yeah. You don't get this is the thing. Real Housewives of Potomac, out of any other housewife shows, they love a good haze. If you come in the first season, you will be hazed, no matter who you are. Beyond Villa was good the first season. That second season, garbage. Garbage. Kirsten said the problem with Potomac fashions and the interior design is it's dated. Yeah. Same with Jersey. Yes. Is Jersey coming back, y'all? What is going on? Drewsy said Kieran is high-key prettier than Giselle and can probably get away with the worst clothes. I won't say who's prettier, who's not, but Kiana, that face card is crazy. I will give her her mother. Woo! Woo! They won the DNA lotto. I don't know. I feel like I don't think they have. I feel like if they did, we would have seen the looks by now. Ephraim Bitsy said, thank you, Nikki. The juxtaposition of the foreground and the background in that 5 minutes is worth it. Okay, I'll check it out. I did. I actually want to talk to you guys about Welcome to Dairy, but I don't know when I'm going. I got to see how my week works out because I'm waiting to hear back from some things So I put up the videos that I know that I can do. Dairy is on the list. I'm going to try to fit it in. Hopefully Thursday, but it all depends on how my life goes, guys. But they ate. We're going to talk about it. Will said, I actually enjoyed the new Vanderpump Rules show. The problem is they should have called it New Gen. Saying VPR season 12. Yeah. I agree with you there. I agree. Ashley said, talking about Jersey, Teresa called I hope they don't make up and think that the show, like, that they're going to get back on a show. Bravo, please. No. Now everybody want to make up because the money dried up. No. Where does the Real Housewives, is that old? Is that can't be a new season? Cameron said, well, since someone brought up Love Island, Nikki, did you? Child, yes. Not surprised. But I'm doing a reality TV chat on Thursday. We're going to get in depth over there. Couture Bay said they're going to have 3 seasons from what I hear. Yes! Oh, thank God. That's such a good show. Oh, we needed this. Yes. I did. Mom, did you know about Luke from General Hospital? Yeah. Well, that's the thing. I didn't want to tell you.
I didn't want to tell you because I said, oh my God. But when I seen that, I said,
Luke in his perm. We love Luke in that perm. 78. Where the hell did Luke be? 78.
Seeing him as young Luke and what was the girl name?
Luke and Laura.
Yeah,
child. My childhood is packing it up. It's 78. Luke was, how old was he being cast on the show?
Oh, they came on the show very young. Like the show took care of all of them. Them soap operas.
Luke and Laura. My God, today.
General Hospital. He went to another one. They
keep
on recycling them though. They keep them paid. I ain't mad at that. But it's like when you sign to that, you can't. You don't get picked up on that.
Well, because no shade. But I think it's going to change now. A lot of the soap opera actors were not respected as like real actors,
right? Because
they didn't see soap operas as like real acting. But the soap operas on today, especially what's the black soap opera called?
The new one, called the. Oh wow!
Because you watch it.
No, I don't. Not yet. I wanted to watch it.
Mom, they got like 30 episodes, girl. You gotta catch up.
Yeah, I gotta catch up. But I was mad because they didn't send you down for casting for that. So I was silently boycotting.
Mom, I want film and TV. No shade to soap opera. If I gotta do a soap opera, I'll do a soap opera. But
yeah, I'm saying I ain't send you
that
down
TV money is nice. Yeah, but that's all right. Don't boycott it. Watch it.
It's called something. I forgot the damn name because I was mad.
No, but those are like legitimate actors in the industry. They all are from film and TV. So I think now that's changing since like there's no work.
Beyond, what is it?
Something beyond. Will said, yes, I don't like to promote other YouTube on your channel. However, no, I love Brooke. I love Brooke. But thank you for respecting me. But yeah, you can promote Brooke. I love her. Social Steph said, I never watched Love Island USA, but I saw the discourse and even I knew. Yeah, 27 and 22. Come on, guys. Come on. Give Me Joe said, Andy Cohen responded to the Gorgon siblings reunion and he said that that's nice for them and their family and hope it's real. Yeah, don't bring them back. Don't bring them back. I was going to say that. Yes. I was going to eat for empathy. I hope so. Because, I mean, with the success of Welcome to Dairy, why wouldn't they? Yeah, that was a big deal, y'all. That was such a big deal. We had a good childhood. BY said Real Housewives of Vancouver is an older show. It's a great show. Okay, I'll check it out. Because it gotta be on Peacock. Barb Meets World said, OMG, I finally started Welcome to Dairy last night. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. I have to watch it at different times because my family, they tried to watch the first episode with me and they like, well, this is too scary, Nikki. My mom was like, this is demonic. But I'm trying to tell them it may have some horror, but it's a good show. It's a really good. Oh, Beyond the Gates, Mom. The show is Beyond the Gates. Cameron said, I felt bad about hearing the news of Luke. I'm just telling y'all right now. Oh, don't you speak it. Don't you speak it, Cameron. He is holding on. He is holding on. Reboat said, OMG, they have so far Karen Giselle, Wendy has guest starred. It was real cute. Oh, really? Yeah, well, it's based off of Stephen King's It. So it has some horror elements, but if you can get past that, it's a great show. Well thought out, well written, well directed, top of the line cinematography. The acting is great, and there are Black actors on there. And I'm saying this as a Black actor, please, guys, especially in the season that we are in. If you see shows with Black actors, please tap in. Please tap in. I am so excited for those Black actors on Welcome to Dairy because it is hard out here. And just to know that they are, well, I don't want to spoil it, but you know, we might be seeing some after this. It's a little scary, but it's a good show. So. It's a good show. Give Me Shelter said, I will love a Dark Tower universe because I can't get past the drawing of the 3 novels. Stephen King really can write Black characters, but I like, yeah. He tries though. Yeah, but it's please support that show, y'all. Bart Meets World said, I feel like you like the show from. That's my favorite show. I was going to review it, but at the time that I was like watching it, nobody was like really into it, and I just felt like it would be, you know, I like to talk about stuff that you guys watch. But that is my show. NC said, I'm Team Tree, but even I know the motivation with her making up with Joe and Mel, then reciprocating is money. I want a Tree to stick to her guns. The Gorgons have used her for a paycheck for long enough. Yeah, that whole family got issues. Let it go. Let Gia be on Next Gen, and let's move forward. Reboat said, it's one character who pissed me off just a bit for putting, we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about it. Hopefully Thursday. I'm going to see how that day works, but hopefully Thursday we can talk about Welcome to Dairy. The whole family can act down. All them boys can act. Ephraim said, Stephen King always features us in his book, so I'm happy the show represents that in us well. Same. Will said yes, and Andy said Jersey cameras are still down. Yeah. I feel like if they do Jersey, they got to do it with younger people. They have to. Watch it in the daytime. It's good. It's good. Give Me Shelter said HBO Max better reconsider bringing back Look. I don't know what's going on with these networks. I don't know if they would ever do a show like that. That show is too Black. Do you see what's going on at CBS and Paramount? They're turning CBS into TBN. It is scary out here, y'all. That's what I'm saying. If you see Black people on the show, support them. Support them, because that might be it. I'm going to do a horror live. We're going to do a whole Welcome to Dairy talk. But I'm glad that you guys, okay. So I'm going to see how Welcome to Dairy goes. If it goes well, I'll keep it up because I'm a horror hoe. I love me some horror since I was a kid. For some reason, I can get scared, but I see the art in it for some reason. Cameron said, Nikki, I haven't watched, there it is. Cameron said, Nikki, I haven't watched Welcome to Dairy, but I'm currently in school for screenwriting, and my main focus is writing and creating Black horror series, including LGBT in it as well. That is phenomenal. You need to stay right there. Stay right there, perfect it, do not get off track, because that is a market that has not been tapped into, and it is needed. If you stay in that lane, you will be successful. You will be successful because there is such a need. There is such a need for Black horror. There is such a need for black performers, especially Black gay performers in horror. There is a vacancy there. Fill it. Fill it. Oh, that was a good show. That was a really good show. Ashley said, what do y'all think about actions against Nicki Minaj's actions against the LGBT? Talk about tarnishing her legacy. Love will make you do some crazy things. I honestly think that what she is doing is for that man. And unfortunately for a lot of women, the men are the downfall. My God, I think it's she wants him pardoned. Not like pardon, but she wants him to be able, to move freely through the world. Because he can't, he's a sex offender. I think she's doing it for that man. Give me Shelter says Stephen King even admits he misses the mark on Black characters, but the show writers really did well by Black. That's the thing. Like, I like the fact that he admits that, and I also like that he course corrects where he hires Black people to write Black characters. That's how you use your influence. Listen, he's a flawed guy, but he's still a good guy in my book. Will says, I support the actors of The Walking Dead plot in a native rep. Was given Singing King. Huh? Rewrite that, Will. Reboat said we might not get another season of Lovecraft because no, here's the thing. I think if we were in a different time, we would get another Lovecraft just with different actors. They would bring it back. That was a great show. That was a great show. The black and white ones are the Day of the Dead. One of my favorites. Will said, bring from OMG. It's a good show. It's a slow burn. It is. I even was just like, next season, let's get some resolve. Yes. So let's support Cameron in any way we can. Some people said she always defends those kinds of men. I've come to accept that she thinks just like them. It was disappointing to see. I will say that, but everybody's been so disappointing. My God, today, what a terrible timeline we're in, guys, but at least we got each other. Oh, beautiful. Well acted, well written, well shot. Oh, really? Oh my God. I want to do a horror list and you guys tell me what you want to oh my God. This would be the perfect time to start that. Yes, we'll do it. We will do it. I'm excited about that. But anyway, Star family, we've almost been here for 2 hours. I gotta get out of here. Thank you so much for joining me. Give me about 15 minutes. I'm going to put the timestamps into this video. And then I put up my post for Just Chatting. If you are going to join me on Friday for Just Chatting, please write in the comments of that post what you want to talk about on Friday. It's going to be just a weekly wrap up. So any subjects of that week, of this week that you want to talk about, put it in there, or the following week, whatever. We will talk about it there. Tomorrow, I'm going to cover the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. And Thursday may be Welcome to Derry, but it will definitely be a reality TV chat. I just have to see how my day goes. I think I have capacity for 1 live. If I have more of a capacity for 2 lives, I will definitely let you guys know early. More than 2 hours, hopefully. Anyway, I love you all. Thank you so much for joining me. Like this video, hype this video, and I'll see you soon for something else. Mwah! We've had a good time. And thank you.